And Extras is followed by Catchphrase Queen Catherine Tate at 9:30, and then Stephen Fry and John Bird in Absolute Power at 10. Pedigree comedy here on BBC Two, once we get the finance sorted.
Deborah Powell just loves to live the high life. She's a Liverpool lass with very expensive tastes in, well, everything. Trouble is, Deborah's champagne lifestyle takes every penny she's got, and then some. Result, she's sinking deeper and deeper into debt. Deborah's parents, Harold and Hilary, are about to find out just how much trouble their daughter's in.
Oh my God. I think that's disgusting. I feel sick.
You're making me feel sick.
Now, with the help of banker mum and dad, they're moving in for 1 week to take total control of Deborah's finances.
Don't know bloody one, they got no money. Finest red Thai sauce, finest mango sauce.
Bank of Mum and Dad's financial advisor, Lawrence Gold, will be on hand to back them up.
Oh, come on, from their point of view.
No, come on. You don't live at home. Why should they pay?
But Harold and Hilary have just 1 week to try and get their daughter back in the black.
The very first thing I'm going to do is to take Deborah's car off her.
I'm going to do my usual things. How am I going to go out at night?
1 week to try and stop Deborah's debts from ruining the rest of her life.
What can you do? Can you just go out, please? Be serious. You're not doing any help. You're making me stressed.
Go then.
Just go.
So, how does a thoroughly modern miss who's deep in the red while away an overcast Friday lunchtime in Manchester? Well, if you're 24-year-old Deborah Powell, even if your credit is drying up, you splash out hundreds of pounds on the latest must-haves.
I don't plan on what I'm going to buy. If I see something I like, then I'll buy it and then worry about it later. 70. It was £95. Clocks in at £139.
In the last 3 months, Deborah's dedication to shopping has set her back a cool £1,000, all on the credit card, of course.
I don't want something that every Tom, Dick and Harry's got walking on the high street. I want something different, something that will stand out. Can I try those boots on? Sorry, in a size 6.
Mum Hilary might share her daughter's passion for fashion, but she's not distracted by fancy labels. It's the price tags first for this mum.
£7 and under? Oh, even better.
Hilary's worked in department stores for the last 30 years, so she's quids in with a 20% staff discount.
Get another £2 off that. So get for 8.
And how does Mum pay for it?
£12, please.
Strictly cash, thank you very much. It's a cash-only zone on Dad's market stall too.
What do you want? Two small blue ones and a purple one?
The only plastic round here comes hula hoop shaped. Harold's worked his store here in Widnes Market since Deborah was a teenager, but he's not holding out much hope of his daughter joining him in the family business.
Quite a few times I've asked Deborah to come and give me a hand in the market where I work, but she always declines and says, I just can't give change.
Friday night, and now she's got the new togs, Deborah's ready to join her posse for a posh dinner.
All on me.
But the finer things in life don't come cheap. Nights out on the town regularly eat up half of Deborah's total monthly wage, more than £400.
While I'm here, let's just treat myself. There's no point saving and having to miss out on things because you're missing out on life.
Posh chips, anyone? Just £1 a piece. Supper back at Mum and Dad's house is a much simpler and cheaper affair. Deborah's family are part of Liverpool's Jewish community.
Shabbos.
And her grandparents are regular guests.
Oh, Dad.
They're a close-knit family, but money was tight when Deborah was growing up. Hilary and Harold couldn't always afford the treats that the young Deborah demanded.
When we were Deborah's age, there wasn't such a thing as credit cards and easy credit. It was just cash. If you didn't have them the cash, you just didn't buy it.
The grown-up Deborah still hasn't stopped with the demands on her parents.
She was spoiled. When she comes home and she says, Dad, have you got £10 going out? He always gives it to her. I need cash. I've got no cash on me.
It takes advantage of me, really.
Monday morning, and it's back to the day job as a graduate trainee for a hire car firm in Manchester. Annual salary, £15,000. But Deborah is desperate to throw in the keys and swap it all for one of the most precarious professions in the world. Deborah wants to act.
I'm here for my final audition out of 3 to get into drama school. And at the end of the year's course, hopefully we do a showcase in front of casting agents and get myself employed, really, and see where that takes me. I want a room, not a goddamn relationship. Just a bored entertainer, really. And I think something that just comes naturally, just making people laugh.
But Deborah's dreams of escaping the 9-to-5 don't stop at the footlights. She's got the whole world in her sights. 18 months ago, Deborah spent £4,000 on a round-the-world trip, all borrowed, of course, and she's got grand plans to take off again.
Been travelling for 4 months, went around the world. I didn't go to as many places, as many destinations as I'd like to.
I used to go to Hoylake and Blackpool. Deborah goes to Thailand and Australia and New Zealand.
This is New Zealand. It's Queenstown. Rafting, bungee jumping, abseiling.
4 times I'd get a phone call from the other side of the world. Dad, I've gone skydiving, and could you please go down to the bank and put £150 in my account for me? Love, Deborah.
I would get into more debt if it meant me seeing more places around the world. Definitely.
Deborah's plans would spell disaster for her finances, plunging her even deeper into debt. Mum and Dad know they need to act now before their daughter's reckless spending cast a permanent blight over her future.
So young to be in debt, so we'd like to help her get out of debt.
It's early morning in Liverpool and Harold and Hilary Powell are packing. For the next 7 days, they'll be moving in with their daughter Deborah
All packed.
and taking complete control of her finances. Over in Manchester, Deborah's flatmate Gemma can smell trouble.
Take care, mate.
Yourself.
She's off to stay at a friend's for the week, which should make more room for Mum and Dad, shouldn't it?
There's no room in my wardrobe for my mother's clothes or my father's clothes because it's full of my clothes. Simple.
Before they leave, Harold and Hilary write down how much debt they fear their daughter could be in.
A lot of money.
Lots of money on them paper, isn't there?
I was married at 21. I never had debts like that. She's 24 and a half. Yeah, I just don't know how she's got into debt like that.
Meanwhile, Deborah's trying to add up the real figures. But is it anywhere near what Mum and Dad think?
Got something for you. I hope it's close. You're joking.
Oh my God. How did you get to debt like that? 22,000.
How come? What have you spending all your money on? Have you seen that?
I never thought it would be that much.
No, never in a million years I think it would be as much as that.
I think that's disgusting. I feel sick.
You feel sick? You're making me feel sick.
Okay, I'll stay back at your flat. Go on. Very annoyed.
I thought about nine or 10, not 22,000. What's she been doing? What's she been doing with her money?
Well, she never saves, does she? Just spend.
I'm just worried for her. Will she ever get out of it?
What do my parents expect me to stay in every night? Work from 7:30 till 6:30 and not reward myself in any way, shape or form.
Whether she likes it or not, for this week, Deborah will be living by Harold and Hilary's rules.
Not looking forward to this.
Hope it's tidy, Deborah.
Yeah, okay, you guys want to sleep in my room, okay? And I'll sleep in Gemma's.
Deborah?
Yeah.
Where am I going to put my clothes? There's no room in here.
You're going to live out of a suitcase like I had to for 5 months.
Pardon?
You're going to live out of a suitcase like I had to.
Is there nowhere else for me to put them?
Nope. Got a closet full.
With no room to unpack, Hilary and Harold get straight on Deborah's case.
So give me your purse. Where is it?
Okay, Pop.
Go and get it.
It's full of receipts. Full of receipts.
First to go is Deborah's beloved plastic. But it's not just the cards that account for the weight of Deborah's purse.
Oh my God, look at all this change. Why don't you spend it?
Oh, look at that.
That's money. You should spend that. Use it.
I'm going to stand there at the till, counting out all the pennies.
other
Got
people
people
do.
waiting behind me.
Other people do.
I think it's rude.
Why is it rude? It's money. It's
People
all
in the
same.
queue waiting to pay for things, and someone counting every single penny in front of you, and you're in a hurry. Why just use the card? Quick and simple.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's another £1. So that's what you've got to do, start spending the change and getting rid of it.
It's been a fraught start to the Bank of Mum and Dad Week.
I know it's very early, but we're going to retire now. It's been a very stressful day, and I've been angry and upset over the exchange of envelopes, knowing the full extent of Deborah's debt.
I'm really exhausted now, I think, with the shock. So I'm going to turn in and have a good sleep. I hope I can sleep thinking about it. And we'll see what tomorrow brings.
I'm a bit worried about how this week's going to go now. Because they seem to be taking a bit of a firm attitude with me, which they haven't usually done in the past. So I think I really shocked them.
Harold and Hilary Powell now have less than a week to curb their headstrong daughter's reckless spending and work out how to get her back in the black. They pack Deborah off out while they try to get to the bottom of the financial mess she's in. Time to call for backup from Bank of Mum and Dad's financial expert, Lawrence Gold. Lawrence used to be a banker, so he's heard every excuse under the sun from spendaholics like Deborah.
Where does she live?
She lives in Manchester.
So why is the statements all both addressed to Liverpool?
Well, she wanted it that way. She didn't want to see them, did she?
It's very true.
Sorry?
She doesn't want to look at them.
Why?
Because she spends too much.
That's the first thing that really worries me, is that she doesn't open the bank statements. So how the hell does she know what she's doing?
Lawrence starts to sort through the bills and paperwork. But there's a few things that don't add up.
Why has she got 2 bank accounts?
Why has she got 2 bank accounts? Do I know?
Does she have a mobile phone?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Where's the statements for them?
I pay her mobile phone bill.
Does she have a car?
Yes.
There's no paperwork for cars, so I take it she doesn't pay for that either.
I have the paperwork for the car.
And you're paying for it?
I'm paying for the car.
She doesn't understand money. Full stop. The perfect example is her switch card. And she's used it around about 150 times in the last 6 months.
My God.
And the one thing that came out, and I just cannot believe that she paid for something, it came to 58 pence, and she used her switch card.
You're joking.
Lawrence is able to work out what Deborah owes and where. She has a bank loan of £12,000. She owes her parents nearly £4,500 for a mobile phone and car. And her grandparents lent her £1,000 for a round-the-world trip. Deborah owes over £1,200 on her credit card and has an overdraft of over £900. Deborah's total debt comes to over £19,500. That's £2,500 less than Deborah thought, but it's still difficult listening for Mum and Dad.
I think she's living at home by proxy, to be honest with you, because all the statements go there. You're effectively paying her way.
Lawrence has also broken down Deborah's monthly spending. All those nights out and takeaways account for over £580. Clothes and toiletries add up to £320. Rent and household expenses come to over £500. And Deborah's repaying just a minimum £25 off her credit card each month. Deborah brings home just over £950 each month,